Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Snarkfest. Today, we are taking on the movie that may have the longest movie ever in existence, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Yeah,
So that's who comes fast. This was, because I'm not sure if anybody remembers, this came out right on the heels of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. So it was pretty clear what they were trying to do. It's like, yeah, okay, well, we have this franchise. Let's make this $1 billion, real quick and easy. The problem, the Chronicles of Narnia doesn't really adapt itself to movies.
Because they also may have tried too hard to make it grandiose to play with Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that too.
Because I do know they added a few action scenes, and they were just really trying.
They were stretching for a lot of this, but it's like, because if you actually read the books, it's like one book will have these characters, and then the very next book will have completely separate characters without any mentioning that. So it's not a cohesive ABC story. It's a story that goes A, B, kitten, cow, moo.
Well, there's two ways of reading the books. You can either read them in the order in which they were released, or you can read them in chronological order. They are not the same.
I did not know that until now. So
yes. But I think the point was, when he wrote them, he built the world Narnia, and the story wasn't about the kids that were visiting. It was about stories that took place in the land. So
yeah,
that's why they it was all over the place. But I think the movies, they were mostly made in chronological order. They only made 3 movies out of the 5 books anyway. So.
So. All right. Well,
I think there's only 5 books. 6.
I thought there were 7. Honestly,
it's obviously been a while since I've done anything with them.
Yeah. No, but I do remember when I was growing up. Granted, I went to a private school, so maybe that has something to do with this. But when I was growing up, it was like every year they had something to do with The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Not the movies, because the movies hadn't been released yet. I was a kid when this was happening. And this movie came out. I was in high school when this movie came out, I think, or if not in high school, pretty damn close to it. But I remember growing up when, like, 3rd grade, every year would be like, we're having our Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe Day, because the author was obviously very, very Christian. This is the allegory is insane in this movie. So that may have something to do with it. I don't know if other kids in public schools had that exact same thing that I did, but probably not. Yeah.
I read all these books on my own. The school did not. It wasn't part of our required reading list or anything. I just read them because they were fantasy books. Why wouldn't I read them?
Yeah. The first book was our required reading list, and I didn't read it until, oh gosh. Well, granted, you know how I was as a student. I don't think we need to rehash that thing again, do we?
No.
Yeah. Required reading list for me was, maybe I'll get to it in someday. Still, what's up?
I was trying to just find a synopsis of all the books. There's 7 books and not 5, but I know at least 2 of the books had nothing to do with the Pevensey kids, and I think the last 2 were mostly about their cousin. I think 5 of them only had the Pevensey kids. And you can tell in the movies that the main kids, get out of the picture real quick, and the focus shifts to their cousin Eugene, whom I always found super annoying and didn't like the books he was in anyway. But
fair enough.
I don't know.
He was only in the 3rd movie, if I remember correctly, anyway.
Right. But he's in 2 more of the books, if I remember correctly. And like I said, 2 of the books have nothing to do with the kids. One of them's actually the prequel about their uncle and kind of the history of the wardrobe and how it was why it's magic. And then another one was just a story that was just pure Narnia and nothing to do with our world at all. But
fair enough. All right, we should probably get into this.
3 of the 7 movies or books were actually made into movies. The movies, as we discussed, were made to compete with the fantasy,
hype that was going on at that time.
Yeah, and they just weren't as big blockbusters as they thought they would be. In fact, I think Disney had nothing to do with the third book. Disney
I don't think
on the first two, because I saw the first two movies on here on Disney Plus, and then the third one they switched to a different studio to get it made.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if Disney rebought the third one or not, but we'll see. I don't know if we'll ever do the third one because it doesn't really.
Yeah, I don't know where it's floating around either. I don't know who had it.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we should probably get into this because we've been talking for over 5 minutes now. So everybody, go ahead, pull it up. Ready? It's on. Obviously, is on Disney Plus. So get yours pulled up, and in 3, 2, 1, play. Walt Disney Prediction presents, and there is your dog, right on time.
My dog's been whining for a while. You just noticed him now because you stopped talking.
Oh. Ouch. I love the sound of my own voice. What can I say? Oh, can you turn that down a little bit, please?
Yep. Yeah, especially given that this is Disney.
Yeah.
Walden Media.
Yep.
Anyone remember Walden's books? You wouldn't because you didn't read, but some of us have fun.
I did a little bit of reading, but I probably don't think any of those.
It was one of my favorite stores at the mall.
Fair enough. And starting off directly in the Blitz. Talk about a place to open up. Yeah, World War II, the Blitz, the German bombing of London, and not just London, but but any city. Oh my gosh, the nighttime bomb. The Germans did do nighttime bombing. I'm sorry. They didn't do a lot of it, but I don't think a bomber going down that. I don't know, Grant. I don't know how high altitude they are, but I'm pretty sure a bomber wouldn't fall down that quickly. Anyway, the children would not actually be in London at this point, which it kind of implies they are here because the kids were moved out. They were moved out of the cities into the countryside very early on in the war. I think they were moved out before the actual bombing actually started.
To be fair, this was all added in the movie, and the books I think just starts off with them already at the train station going to meet their uncle. Yeah. So, because as you said, the books were written 10 years after the war, so they were pretty darn accurate with what actually happened because they had just come out of it.
Yeah, no doubt, definitely. And there, he wants the picture. I can understand this because I do know a lot of people have done really insanely stupid things for small reasons, but I think it's like bombers are going on. I don't know, maybe it's hard to say. Although I will say I never really got the sense that they were brothers. I don't know if it's just they don't look anything alike. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
What the cast here?
Edmund and Peter. I don't really get the sense that they're brothers, honestly.
They're trying too hard to show that Edmund is the young, is just misses his dad, and the older brother just does. Like, they're just trying real hard to show the split between the two.
Yeah. Probably trying overly hard, and I think that might be why that I never got that they were brothers. I always felt like if you were to say they're step brothers, okay, but like I said, I just don't. They don't feel like brothers for me. But like I said, that's probably just me. Now, is this woman? Is that their mother? I forget.
Yeah, that's their mom. She's sending them away to live with some uncle in
to the countryside, which, like I said, it's a lot of kids were being sent out to live in the countryside where it's safe because London was being bombed almost every night. And I also should mention, I don't know how old the actor for Peter is. I think he may have actually been drafted into the Home Guard in World War II, depending on how old he is. I don't know. But looking at him, if he was 17, yeah, he'd be in the Home Guard. Because, yeah, Britain was pressing everybody into service in World War II. Old men, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't think he was quite old enough. Obviously, they just have, they like to cast older kids to play.
Well, yeah, that's true. Good point. I mean, the Power Rangers are a prime example of these are all teenagers and the actors are all in their 20s.
They were actually, some of them actually were teenagers at the time. That's part of the problem.
Jason Lee Scott, no, not Jason, no, Austin.
Jason David Frank.
No, not
him. That was part of Austin St. John's complaint and why he left the show. It's because when they started, they were underage and they were being overworked.
Yeah, he was the youngest, and he was like, I think he was 19 when he started Power Rangers. But yeah, like I said, he was the youngest. But yeah, I think he was an actual teenager. You picked a bad time to start this because James is going, not your husband, James Chisholm is going through and adding all the happy birthdays for today. So my phone is just blowing up with notification. And the train they're on is very. Tell me you don't get Harry Potter vibes. Granted,
I was going to say it's very Hogwarts, a train filled with children.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything about it. It's probably God. It might actually be the same damn train they used for the Harry Potter movies.
Probably
because there's not a lot of trains that look like that left.
James McAvoy. Oh man, I kept forgetting he was in this movie.
That could have been that could have been cut better. You could actually see that it was a green screen in the background there. That wasn't actually. Oh, that could have been better. Granted, it's a minor scene that no one watches, but still.
It was also made 20 years ago before high def was too much of a thing.
Yeah, but this was also in the same time frame with, like I said, with Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, and like Harry Potter for the most part looks gorgeous. Lord of the Rings obviously looks gorgeous. So I expect something. I expect a little bit better for that scene.
That's fair. If you're trying to compete with the likes of those, you would have expected more attention to detail.
And I freaking hate that. I hate that freaking thing that I forget the word where where you see the thing pull away and then you see the people standing there. I hate that so much. The cliche, I guess. I forget what the actual flipping word is, but they use a lot in all different types of media of the bus or train or whatever pulls away and then you see the people. Nice horse.
Although I don't McGonagall, that's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. I also don't really know if they'd have a train stop in the middle of absolute nowhere. That I don't know. That character just looks like. Is that probably? Is that really the most efficient way to draw a horse to actually have that whip? I don't know. Maybe.
What? Oh, the whip?
Well, yeah, because she had a whip that she was cracking by the horse's ear. I don't know if that's the best way to.
I'm sure they were using fake whips and stuff because
obviously it was harmed. Fake.
So it was probably not the best use because it was probably incorrect on every level for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Well, it also should be mentioned, actually, with whips, you're not actually whipping the animal. You're actually the crack of the whips just frightens the animal to get it going. So, yeah. a lot of people think, oh, whips were used. No, it's like, no, they were used, but they were never, you wouldn't use them on the animal because, well, if you hurt an animal enough, sooner or later it will fight back. Maybe it might not be the first time, it might not be the second time, but sooner or later it will. Now, you're more of a stickler for the outfits than I am. Is this really, what do you think?
It's not too bad.
It is, yeah. It is mostly period accurate. Although I think Susan, I don't think they had shirts that were that high on the arms. I think they'd be full arms in this time frame. Granted, they are in home, so you could argue that that's more like pajamas.
What, you don't like the length of her sleeve?
In World War II, I know that sleeve length was always, women in this time, it was always you'd have long sleeves.
No, short sleeves existed. I have patterns of 1940 short sleeve shirts.
Fair enough. You never see them then. Like I said, I'm not much for fashion, so I couldn't tell you. Here's the thing: if you want to ask me about the bombers that they originally had, I could go all day about those, but I can't really talk about fashion, unfortunately.
People had short sleeves in the 40s.
Yeah. Although here, playing hide and seek, you know what?
What else?
Playing hide and seek
it's a giant house. I have played hide and seek with much less when I was bored and with friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I almost feel like you would be like, okay, we're gonna have some restraints of we can't obviously have the entire house to ourselves because it will take forever and a half.
That's the whole fun of being in a house this big is you have the whole house. The thing would be is how far do you think they can get in the 10 seconds you're counting?
Fair enough.
Given where everyone started from and that you only have whatever you're counting to.
Yeah, fair enough. And here she just finds. You would think they'd have a lock on that door to be like, "Hey, there's a wardrobe to Mystical Neverland." Yeah, we should probably lock that damn door.
The guy whose house they're in is not used to having children around. He told them these areas are off limits, and he expects them to obey because, again, he's not used to having kids around. So, no, this is actually believable that he would just leave a magical wardrobe completely unattended in the middle of his third floor.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure most people know this, but to anyone who doesn't, if you tell a child that this is off limits, that's where they're going first.
Especially when they're unsupervised.
Oh yeah. My mom has so many stories about us, especially us boys being boys. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. He was counting to 100. They have the whole house to hide through. Jesus.
She's crackers. Like I said, they'd be playing this for the rest of the time. There's so many hiding places.
Depending on where we were hiding, we would do anywhere from 10 seconds, 30 seconds. My friends and I played hide and seek in entire buildings in college, and we would give each other 5 minutes to hide. But there was also teams.
Yeah, fair enough. I think the longest I've ever that I ever gave was a minute. I don't think we ever went as high as 5, but
I don't remember how much time we used to give each other in college, but it was enough time to
go out and do. Yeah, you had time.
She should have grabbed one of those fur coats.
Yeah, she should have one of the coats and put those on. Yeah. Yeah, she's not. This is not winter clothing get up, and she's in the snow. Granted, it is also what the. She was just inside, and now she's in a mystical snowland.
But it's also not like she's from Houston, where this would actually be super cold. I mean, I can see a kid growing up from where they're used to snow be like, yeah, I should probably have a coat on, but she does at least have a sweater on.
I think England mostly has. Yeah,
they have snow.
Yeah, I don't think it's like Houston where if you get an inch of snow.
If a Houston child were to go into a wardrobe and come out into a snowy forest, they'd be like, nope.
Yeah. No, like I said, it's like, yeah, if you were to encounter this, holy shit, you'd be freezing. If I were to be this, I'd be, whatever. Well, then again, like I said, you live in Houston, where if you get where if a flake of snow falls, shut the state down. We can't do anything. And then here, we got 2 feet of snow, and there's still people going out. And here we meet the...
we have James McAvoy. Oh my God.
You are not hiding behind that pillar very well there, dear. But yes, James McAvoy. He is in this movie. Now, I want to get a shot of him. I want to see how well they did for the effects on his legs.
I vaguely remember watching the Disney Channel and them having a behind the scenes commercial where they talked about that, but I don't remember anything anymore, like the specifics.
James McAvoy, probably the best actor in this movie at this time, right? Anyway,
Tilda Swanson's also in this movie.
She is?
Yes, she's the White Witch.
Well, that shows how long it's been since I watched this movie. So
this movie is how I know of Tilda Swanson. Anytime I saw her, I'm like, oh my God, it's the White Witch.
Fair enough.
For whatever reason, James McAvoy didn't really leave the best of impressions after I watched this movie, so I completely forgot he was in it until I rewatched it after he became Professor X and stuff.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Although now you can certainly see the similarities because now you say it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can definitely see it. I don't know. The ears are obviously felt. They don't look like animal ears. They're felt ears. What?
Those prostheses.
Yeah, I mean, he's mostly prosthetics. They're not doing a lot of CGI on him. It actually doesn't look that bad because of it.
No, but like I said, the ears are obviously made of felt.
I don't think they're made of felt. I think they're just prosthetics with fake fur on it.
My point is, you should be able to see a little bit of the light coming through the ears versus because, if you put a light up behind your ear, the light will shine through a little bit, and those they don't.
Nah, they made them pretty thick then. I mean,
yeah,
but it still looks better than had they been super shitty CGI.
Fair enough. Which is what they would do nowadays.
CGI, they could have made them move and twitch like you would expect an actual animal's ear to do as well. But
yeah,
what are you gonna do?
But again, look at that.
Oh, he also has horns. I forgot about that. Yeah, he does. I didn't know if those was curls in his hair, but no, he has 2 little horns.
They look pretty good, and they don't look like overly crappy CGI. So
yeah, although the horns almost look like hair, though, unfortunately, but
they're just tiny horns, and they decided to give him big curly hair. I mean,
yeah. So, and here it's he doesn't know how to shake hands. This is something that happens a lot in other cultures. It's you go to you go to other places where they don't shake hands. Yeah, it happens all the time. I've read about it. And then here it's shouldn't you be yeah, I should probably get back instead of talking to this strange person in this strange land that I have absolutely no idea about.
That's what she just said.
But yeah, no, she's got to go have tea.
Well, he's very convincing, and she's very small and falls to peer pressure very quickly.
So it seems.
He promised her cookies.
By the way, children, if someone promises you cookies, don't
go with them.
Yeah.
This is Stranger Danger 101. Do not go with somebody just because they promise you cookies.
It's the 1940s.
It is the 1930s. No, it's 1940s because it's during World War II. Yeah. And I mean, she is living with a complete stranger, so I guess at this point, the stranger danger novelty is just completely worn off on her. Yeah. I think living with strangers would probably do that to you.
Yeah. So this would probably when was because we saw granted we saw the Battle of Britain, and we don't know if it was the actual Blitz or not, but it would certainly be early 1940s, like 1941, 1942, because that's when that actually happened.
During World War II. I don't know if the exact year
They
matters
started
too
bombing
much.
in 1940 up to 41. That's would have been the.
I don't know if the exact year actually has any matter on the plot.
It doesn't really matter that much.
Again, the books just kind of, as you pointed out, would have been sent out before it even started. So,
yeah, like I said, I don't think the actual years matter that much in the terms of the story because
the story takes place mostly in Narnia to begin with.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to read the titles of the books he had, but I didn't get a chance to.
It's Man of Myth is one of them. One was just completely labeled humans.
So in this world, are humans like the Loch Ness Monster type thing?
They're not. It's been a while. I'm not even going to pretend to guess. I know
I'm sorry. I just.
But I don't remember why there's so few of them. I guess it's just because there is just it's a fantasy land where the population is pretty evenly mixed. Yeah. Or the White Witch has turned all the humans into stone. Pick one.
Yeah.
Maybe both.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just had an image of how we live in a world where it's like, oh my God, you saw Bigfoot. I had an image of a bunch of Bigfoots being like, oh my God, you saw a human. Sorry.
They made a movie about that. It was called Smallfoot. It was actually pretty cute.
I never saw that. I'd never even heard of it, honestly.
It was really well done.
It was. It was a kid's movie. It was animated. But it was cute. But that was the premise of it. I don't quite think that's what's going on here. But again, it's been a while and I could be wrong.
Yeah.
No, he's controlling the fire.
Yeah, he's making the fire dance.
That is an interesting flute. Oh, look at that. There's shapes.
They did pretty good for the effects there.
Better than the faces of pretty good. Fireplaces in Harry Potter.
Although you could look less evil there, my friend. and apparently he had some rubies in that tea she drank.
Or maybe it's the music, or maybe it's both.
Or the music hypnotizing her or something. Who knows?
And if I remember correctly, he's not exactly a good guy.
Roar! Is it that he's not a good guy, or is it that he's a good guy being forced to do bad things?
I mean, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
He's not exactly a good guy, but he
sees the errors of his ways.
Because Lucy is just too adorable and he can't resist her charm.
It was Aslan came out of the fire.
I mean, that doesn't help. I mean, that helps too.
Well, to be fair, if a lion jumps out of a fire at you, you're going to pay attention.
Aslan pops out, you'd be like, oh.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if you're ever sitting watching a fire and a lion leaps out, I think you would notice.
She was sleeping by then. She did not notice.
Fair enough. He would, though. I'm sorry. I'm just the stranger danger type thing. Is like, yeah, I went home with a half-naked man or a full-naked man because he's a creature that doesn't wear anything. So, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, Lucy, you're so young and naive. I took them for a walk earlier, but that clearly didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Vash, come.
Yeah, Bash was. You're.
I like the lamppost in the middle of the woods. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. No doubt. Why not? Because clearly it's there for people coming in. I guess it's for the people coming out of the wardrobe. I guess it's just.
I guess yeah.
They put a lamppost there because it's a portal. I guess I don't know. Maybe, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't. But otherwise, yeah, you're right. It doesn't make sense for you to be a lamppost that's perpetually lit in the middle of nowhere.
Right? Like, who lit that thing? Does it have like a constant gas source to keep it going?
Yeah. And that's something that I will rage about if we ever do like other historical movies. How it's like, oh, this is a time. This is like ancient Rome. I guess it means we have to light 1,000 million torches all over the place to light a room, even though the sun
Even in
is
the middle
burning.
of daytime.
Yeah.
Look,
I remember mentioning that.
Peter hadn't even finished counting.
Yeah, he hadn't even finished counting, and she was like, "I'm back." Yeah, because she thought it was hours, and it's only been 100 seconds or whatever. Or maybe 130, and Susan got there right quick. It is Susan, right?
Yeah, Susan's the oldest.
The oldest sister. Is Peter older than Susan? I can't even remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
they're all like, I don't know, Lucy.
I think maybe you bumped your head or something.
I mean, I'd feel kind of bad for her. I mean, they at least checked it out, but like...
Yeah, they looked at it. They investigated it, but...
What do you do? I mean, like... It seems... I don't know.
And there, Edmund just being a little punk.
Yeah. Peter is surprisingly blonde, considering the rest of them are all
they're all brunettes, and then he's got the very, very And
I think they're being a little harsh on her, though. Like, she is a little kid, even if it was just in her head. You don't have to be that mean about it.
Mm-hmm.
British for no fun, I guess.
And they have surprisingly good teeth for British. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Lucy's teeth are not that great, but she's also like 5, and I'm sure she is still too young for braces.
Mm-hmm. Also, even in World War II, you would not have a candle lit by your bed as you sleep.
Nobody would do that. Everyone knows that's a fire hazard.
Yeah.
If you're not actively awake and reading by it, you wouldn't have a candle lit.
Yeah. And here, apparently she...
Oh, that would be so uncomfortable. Put socks on. Jeez.
Yeah, no doubt.
You're going to get blisters.
Because those were not slippers. They were boots. Apparently, Edmund had to go to the bathroom, and now he's just going to follow her.
Well, yeah. He wants to make fun of her some more for her imagined wardrobe land. Okay, but don't take the candle with you. Jeez.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Let's go into a coat. We just go into a closet full of fur coats with a lit candle. Yeah, that can only be good.
Oh, there you go. It blew the candle out.
Anyway. It blew out. Okay, fair enough. And Edmund comes, and it's like, oh, where'd you go?
Oh, I thought the door had completely closed behind her in the previous scene.
It did look like he opened it. They may have just cut because they you're right. They did have the way it was cut. It looked like the door was opened a bit, but it could have just been that they cut it where the door was halfway open as he was opening it already. And here, Edmund follows her in and is like, "Wait a minute, this is a lot further than what it should be."
There's still a lot more coats in there than
should fit my
wardrobe look like it could hold.
Yeah, because the wardrobe's not that big. It's only like maybe 3 feet, maybe.
And there's like so many coats in that wardrobe.
And there's like 100 coats in there. Yeah.
And he's like, "Holy crap, she was right."
Well,
can't let her know this.
Yeah.
Where Edmund gets suckered.
Yeah, he gets suckered by the White Witch. Although I'm very curious, where did Lucy go between?
Time is different in Narnia than in the real world.
Yeah, I know, but I'm still. It's just like, where did she go though? Did she just decide to start walking?
Yeah, she went back to the Fawn's house.
Okay, fair enough. And he just came in, and assuming like a couple hours have passed between then and now.
Exactly.
Probably
yeah, at least he's showing signs of cold.
Like, why didn't he look for her footprints?
Yeah, no doubt. Although I will say, if you are in the snow, you won't. If it's been freshly snowing, yeah, it doesn't matter. You won't see any footprints.
Depends on how
reindeer.
Fast oh, those are CGI.
Yeah, very clearly CGI. Holy cow!
His slippers would be so wet.
Yeah. Yeah, and then a dwarf comes out and starts chasing him to What the hell is this? And that knife is very clearly not sharp.
Right.
Which is I'm pretty sure is obvious as to why, but her crown just bugs me. I don't know why.
It looks like it's just shooting straight up out of her brain.
Probably, yeah. Okay,
good job, Edmund. Now you just got everybody in trouble.
Cut the branch a little bit there. Come on, guys. You oh gosh. Having the branch cover part of his head, I mean, it's a minor, tiny detail, but move him closer than the branch, or have him take 3 steps over so he doesn't have the branch covering him. Like that.
The framing there was a little weird for the scene.
Yeah,
the director definitely could have
had people
different.
This is movie making 101. If me and you are having a conversation, it would look very weird if I'm having a conversation with you like this. And here, is this where he gets the Turkish? No. Okay, he gets a cup of water, and then gets the Turkish delight, or hot chocolate, I guess. Which I've actually had Turkish delight. I don't like it, but maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. Have you ever had Turkish delight?
No.
Yeah.
They're just having fun with the special effects here.
Yeah, no doubt. It just throws it and turns into a snowball. She's watching him rather intently, but yeah, takes his hat to. Yep, thanks, miss. I'm trying to think. Warwick Davis isn't in this one, but he is in the second one, isn't he? Or not Warwick Davis. Not Warwick Davis. I'm sorry, not Warwick Davis. Peter Dinklage, I think.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I just got those two confused. My bad. I apologize profusely to both actors, assuming they care.
I don't remember the second movie at all, so I got nothing.
I know Peter Dinklage is in one of them. I know he's in one of them, but I can't remember if it's this one, the second one, or even possibly the third one. And here it's like, no, a little harsh there, my dear.
Well, he's being a little brat.
yeah. To be fair, yes.
But that's just how kids think. They're like, "Oh, this is delicious. Can I have more, please?"
Yeah, fair enough. And how old would you say Edmund is at this? Probably 10. Yeah. You still got a little there on your mouth, even though we literally saw him wipe his mouth, but he's got a little bit of stuff on his.
I thought he ate some more even after she wiped his mouth.
Maybe. And here he's just playing dumb of like, oh, the White Witch.
No, he has no idea. Like, he has no idea who he just met. He just met some lady. It's not like she said, "Hi, I'm the White Witch."
But to be fair, she was wearing all white, and she did do magic, so I think you could put two and two together.
They also call her the Queen of Narnia, so he knows.
He knows now.
Yeah, and here is, oh my gosh,
like crazy.
And here it's like Edmund saw it this time, and Edmund's gonna be like, "No, we were just playing a game."
Right.
And everybody, all eyes on Edmund. Oh man, I hate when shit like that happens, where everybody just automatically looks at you for the answers. It's like, gosh. Which happens to be all the times at work because I'm the one who's been there the longest. Yeah, and here, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm just being a dick. My subtitles are like half the. It's not for Disney Plus. It can't be for Disney Plus, but like half the times the subtitles appear, and then half the times they don't.
That's weird.
I don't know what the hell is going on. Hello, old man.
She just starts hugging him.
What the hell is this? Help me. What is this? What is this tiny person doing? Well, look, sir, that is a hug and what you are supposed to do. Yep, gonna have some tobacco because, well, to be fair, at this time, yeah, everybody was smoking.
The weeping girl. And still weeping.
Yeah, why not? She claims to find a magical land.
Why are you telling this to the old guy?
Yeah, to the old, yeah.
Do you expect him to confirm it? Oh yeah, that wardrobe is a magical portal elsewhere.
Yeah. Although it is implied later on in the movie he does know, but here it is basically playing I do know.
I mean, he just asked how was the forest, but I don't think they actually said that there was a forest she saw.
Yeah.
They only said there was a magical land.
Yeah.
Is that Professor Slughorn?
Yes.
Oh my god! How did I not notice that?
Was that intentional? I don't think you can miss that bad. It would not be an intent and not have it be intentional. What are they playing?
People have no athletic skill. It's very possible.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. What are they doing? Playing cricket or something or whatever?
Croquet. They're playing croquet. Oh no, they are playing cricket. I wasn't paying attention before.
Oops.
Wow. How? Why was there armor right in front of the window?
Yeah. And here, it's like, oh, we're going to hide and he's not going to find out it was us because who else could he possibly be? A bird just flew in through the window, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, let's all go hide in this mysterious wardrobe now. Oh my god, it is Zidler. Oh, yeah, it's been a while since I've watched this movie. The Professor. It's Professor Slughorn from Harry Potter, or Zidler from Moulin Rouge.
You didn't catch that originally?
It's been forever since I've seen this movie.
Yeah, and then here, it's like, there's no other place to hide except for the one wardrobe that apparently has magical shit going on.
There's no way they can all fit in there.
Yeah. Not with all those coats, not with the hundreds of coats that are in there. No way. And yeah, they're being very loud considering they're supposed to be hiding.
Right.
And now they're in the back. Holy shoot. We are in a magical land of mystery. Yeah. Dick move there, little sis.
What? It's what you do in the snow when you're outside with your family. You throw snowballs at them.
Yeah.
Wow, aren't you just a bunch of no fun?
Aren't you the buzzkill? Jeez. Yeah, you're going to get your nose rubbed in this for a long time, my friend.
Yeah, I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah.
Since Edmund told the witch about him, he's definitely not in a good way now.
Yeah, and then Peter actually has the common sense to get some freaking coats.
We're not even taking them out of the wardrobe.
Yeah. We're not stealing them. They're still in the wardrobe. We're just making sure we don't freeze. I do like that they had at least had the attention to detail that they're not going to be wearing kids' coats. I mean,
why
so
does the professor? Well, I guess the word. I mean, maybe he had a wife, and those were all her coats in the wardrobe under a blanket.
Well, to be fair, why is he living in a mansion alone?
Because his wife died. I actually have no idea why he has so many women's coats in a wardrobe. When they're clearly not McCready's, because the wardrobe was under a sheet.
Yeah. Well, found a cave.
No, that's Mr. Tumnus's house.
Oh, it was? Oh.
Yeah. The door's been kicked in.
I know it.
Because Edmund told the White Witch that Mr. Tumnus had met Lucy. And the White Witch was upset that Mr. Tumnus did not bring Lucy to her. So.
Sent the Gestapo after him.
Yep. Which is what Lucy was worried about the first time, but. Yep.
Yeah. Watch your step, dude. They find a note.
Is it even in English? It's apparently in English.
Hereby charge high treason, huh? Thank God they write in English in this mystery land of mystery.
Right. How secret is it if he just signed his own name?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he was arrested for being with a human, and we're human. I don't think it going in is going to help us.
Yeah, why are you going to call the police or the ones that arrested him?
Yeah. Hide.
Why is he a criminal for helping your sister?
Well, okay, to be fair, what do you know in this situation? All you know is that apparently one guy got arrested for being human, so apparently being human is not a good thing in this.
Right.
Look at the little birds. That bird was very small. Oh, someone sees them.
Uh-oh, who's there?
They're building up the suspense. And it's a little beaver.
A talking beaver.
Yeah, to be fair. It hasn't talked yet, though.
It's a magical land.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, here.
What are we even trying to... You clearly have nothing in your hand.
Yeah, there's the beaver talking. The beaver's like, what the flip are you doing? He has a handkerchief out of nowhere, apparently.
Oh, yeah, where was
or
he
did she
keeping
drop
that?
it and then he found it?
Clearly, he's a beaver that not only talks, but he has pockets in his fur.
Why not?
No, he's not all right. Because Mr. Tumnus, exactly.
The trees are listening. Although in this situation, I don't know what the best course of action is.
It's either to go home or trust the beaver.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards go home.
They don't want to go home. They want to try to help Mr. Tumnus because she feels responsible that he was arrested to begin with.
Arrested for treason.
She was the treason he was arrested for. She feels guilty.
Fair enough. A tiny little dam in the middle of nothing, apparently, because that doesn't look like a lake.
It's frozen.
I guess it could be. Yeah. If I find out.
I like how their names are just what animal they are.
Yeah, why not? You can give me 10 minutes warning. Apparently, they're meeting celebrities.
They're meeting company in general.
Fair enough. Yeah. Would you be able to fit in a beaver den? I don't think so.
It's magic. They can fit in there.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yep.
Holy cow, that is spacious.
I'm surprised they can stand up inside, honestly. I don't care how much magic it is. A beaver wouldn't make a home that big.
Yeah, a beaver's not going to make a home that has this much space when it doesn't need it. What are they eating? Beavers don't eat bread.
That is bread on the table, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're magical beavers who are very human, just in beaver form, obviously.
Fair enough. Yeah, and at least one of them notices that Edmund's a little...
The top geezer. Wow, that's polite.
Oh my god, the sound quality.
God, that is...
Whenever Lucy speaks, it's very, very quiet, but when the beaver's going, very loud. The secret police. Yeah, they're going all in on it.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, I mean, like you said, this was written right after the war ended. And obviously, C.S. Lewis would have been very influenced by that. So,
Prophecy that doesn't rhyme. It's not very prophecy sounding.
yeah. I'm a little bit surprised that the Beavers don't have kids.
Your kids is the big thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and it's like, I'm sorry, but we are not from this world. This is a mystical and a mystery that we have no idea about. Nadbin just apparently disappeared. Yep, and I will help you. Edmund just took off, and it's like, I'm gonna kill him. Yep.
he left the coat.
Because apparently he'd
rather freeze and continue to wear a girl's coat, I guess.
He's not too bright.
He's super gullible.
Here's the thing. He's also
under the witch's spell because he ate her food that she offered him. He's just all kinds of. Yeah.
Does the I can't remember. I don't. Yeah, there's a fortress in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, that's
wow. They got to that castle real quick. Those mountains weren't exactly close.
Yeah.
Apparently
the beavers. Yeah. He's the bait. Thank you.
Because you're the prophecy.
Yeah. At least the beaver's speaking common sense.
I mean, they're kids. The logic is a bit beyond them.
Yeah.
I had higher hopes for the older.
How was it Peter's fault?
Because he was the one that said, let's stay and see what's going on. You're going to have to go meet Aslan after all. Isn't Aslan voiced by Liam Neeson?
Yes.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Yes, Liam Neeson does voice Aslan. At least in this.
Jin.
I think he does the first one, and I believe he also does the second one. I don't know if he does the third one.
Is he even in the third one?
For like Probably. 5 seconds. I know he's in like the last 5 seconds.
Okay.
Oh my God. Everything frozen in stone because why not?
Because she turned them to stone.
Yeah, I know. And he's just going through, wow, these are really good sculptures.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I hope he doesn't break one.
What? Oh my God.
What?
He just drew on the statue because why not?
There's a wolf.
That one is not a statue.
Oh my God, the CGI there. Oh my God.
That is not how a wolf looks when it growls.
Yeah. They could have really done better there, cheese and crackers. I guess it's not as bad. It's not as bad as The Day After Tomorrow, which has some of the worst CGI wolves I have ever seen.
Huh.
Oh, when we get to that movie, you will see what I mean.
Oh no, I know what you mean. I've seen the movie.
Yeah. And yeah. You would think they would actually get like a real wolf for most of the scenes.
No.
Why? You can't exactly train a wolf and trust it to not maul everyone, especially interacting with kids. Interacting with kids.
Sled dogs.
If it's not a wolf, you would still have to CGI it to make it look like a wolf and not be a dog.
Yeah, but what I mean is there are plenty of dogs that look very much similar to wolves that you could easily sell as a wolf. And they could be pets. Like there are so many canine units. I mean, heck, even they even have bears. Like I think it's Bert the bear is a freaking actor, and it's an actual bear.
Depends.
I think it was the bear. I think it was the bear that mauled Leonardo DiCaprio in that one movie.
Probably.
Granted, he's probably the only bear that's been in movies because he's one of the very few tame bears.
His dress is ridiculous. Makes you look like a linebacker.
I would pay to watch that. That would be a disaster right now. Yeah, she's pissed. He is not intelligent at all. He is very stupid.
He is under her spell, and he just wants more delicious food.
Yeah, you are.
There must have been crack in that Turkish delight.
Yeah, no doubt. She's a crackers. God. Again, that knife is clearly not sharp because you would be.
He would have cut right through that jacket if it was. You don't.
Yeah, it would have been split.
A knife to someone's back and force them to move without cutting them. Look at those wolves.
They couldn't get real dogs, seriously. Oh, come on. Although these might be real dogs here.
Those are real dogs.
Yeah, these are real dogs, yeah. Bailing out. Yeah, thank you.
I'm cranking now.
Peter, grab a stick, go outside, and start whacking.
Yeah, he's not going to last too long doing that.
I know he's not going to last too long, but still.
More experienced hunters have not lasted long doing that. Your best bet is to just, I was going to say, break the floor, set the house on fire.
Yep.
Although, honestly, I don't know how you're going to get back up from the frozen lake, but it's a start. Oh, hey, look, there was an underground tunnel. They're on a lake.
Underground tunnel in a lake. Sorry,
how are you underground?
Apparently, they had an elevator shaft that was watertight to make sure the water didn't get in.
You know what? Magic.
Yeah. Because the logistics of this world make no sense. Wait, hold on. You have an underground cave system that you don't know where the hell it goes underneath your own house?
Apparently, yeah.
Where'd you fall on?
Stones. More statues.
Something. Rodents. Frozen rodents.
Statues. They're stone.
Yeah.
It's not like they're ice.
Badger.
And you recognize them? Oh, that's something that I think they should be ice just because it's like, this is the White Witch. Her entire motif is ice. You think they'd actually be, no, she froze them in ice, but nope, stone because.
No, they've turned to stone.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Oh my god!
It's a fox.
Sounded like James McAvoy.
He might be voicing it. Because I remember, like, when I did Lord of the Rings, I mentioned, like, John Rhys Davies. He played Gimli, obviously, but he also voiced Treebeard. Ah, there are the wolves.
Yeah, I don't know what they expected to just, like, a barrel. I thought they were going to pour the barrel into it and set it on fire to trap the wolves in there. But
do something about
I forgot this is a kids' movie, so I guess that's not what's going on.
Yeah, here, it's like... I think the wolves will be able to smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, smell them out.
You didn't think to just do that to begin with?
Yeah.
Like, you would have been able to have their scent through the entire tunnel and come out knowing which way they went.
No doubt.
Rupert Everett.
Again, the animals CGI is so... I don't know if it's just that they had so much that they had to stretch the budget for what they had because they got so much to do. But oh my gosh, they could have done so much better for those.
I mean, it's not the worst, but it's...
Yeah, it is. It's far from the worst, but still,
it hasn't aged the best, though.
Yes, thank you.
Like, they put some money into the CGI, but they didn't go all out like others did.
Yeah. Oh my god, those anklets would be so freaking cold. I don't even know what that is. Mutton.
I think it's moldy bread.
Probably. Yeah, and your drink's frozen too because, well, duh. Oh, there's the fawn guy. Is it a fawn?
Yeah.
Okay. Did she break his legs?
I'm not sure.
He's chained up too. Okay. Yeah, he's chained up too. You have the same nose.
Sure.
Apparently. I don't see it, but hey, why not?
They don't, because they're not actually related.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Is he
They have
Mr.
the
B?
same nose.
I've never heard...
have the same eyes when they clearly don't.
Yeah. No, I've never heard of people saying, "Oh, you have the same nose." I've heard of like the same eyes, the same face structure, but I've never heard the same nose. Honestly.
I've heard it before.
Fair enough.
Nose, ears, any facial feature. Oh, you have your mother's cheekbones. What? Okay.
Oh, that reminds me. A while ago, we were talking about how the 80s hairstyles coming back. Yesterday, when I went grocery style, I ran into a teenager with a full-on mullet. It was like, oh my god! Seriously.
I told you, it's back.
I hadn't realized I hadn't seen anybody before then. I was like, oh no, seriously, dude.
Yes.
I wanted to take a lighter and just... Thank you.
Dude, we already learned the mullet was a bad idea. You're gonna regret this. But it's fine. Let them learn themselves.
Let them learn their own mistakes. Fair enough. Yeah, she doesn't care.
Yeah,
it's like he's trying to be like, show mercy on me. It's like, I have no mercy. Ow.
So he could be
Ow.
turned to stone. I think even his legs are actually prosthetics. I think he's on stilts.
Probably. How tall is James McAvoy? It's possible. And here. Yeah.
I didn't know who I was talking to. It's not like she said, "Tell me what you're doing here and I'll give you some treats."
Yeah.
She was like, "Here, have some treats and tell me what you're doing here."
Which is, yeah.
I mean, it sounds the same, but obviously it's carried out completely differently. One's a bit more subtle than the other.
Yeah. I almost kind of wish that they had turned him to stone in front of him just to be like,
I thought they
there
did.
you go.
There's still time.
I think, yeah, maybe.
Or maybe they just find him.
Why are they on a cliff over nothing?
Because for the scenery, again, they're trying to compete with the Lord of the Rings and the New Zealand mountains. This is them trying to do that with great scenery, and it all looks fake. Honestly, this is
but my problem is like, okay, we're going out on this precipice. Why are we going out on it? There's no way down. There's no path. It's
the quickest way across the gorge, obviously.
It's a precipice that goes to nowhere. You can see it when it's just stopped.
But look at that viewpoint they had. Oh, look, there's Mr. Tumnus turned to stone.
Ah, there it is.
Oh, yes, that's quite the facial expression they captured.
Yeah.
It's about as equal as Han Solo and Carbonite.
For now. Except I think Han Solo and Carbonite looked better.
Only because they didn't have as good of special effects. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, they are having to do, I mean, just by the sake of everything they're doing, they have to have a lot of special effects. So, I mean, if you only have 30 budgets, $30, you got to stretch it. Whereas in Star Wars, they didn't have a lot of special effects. So they could, they had a lot more, so they could focus more on what little they did have.
Star Wars is known for its special effects. That's like legit. The whole movie is special effects. They found a way to do it on a budget. That's what made it so impressive.
Yeah. Run! I think Peter, I think it would be faster for you to literally pick her up and carry her as you run. Wait, those reindeer are not white?
No, they're see-through.
Isn't this the part where we meet Santa? I forget.
It might be. That might be Santa.
Yeah, they have Santa in this movie, because why the hell not?
Yeah.
Climb a tree.
Those trees are not easily climbable. It's actually not a bad idea.
Oh gosh, tell me this doesn't give you Lord of the Rings vibes.
Again, it's probably done on purpose.
Oh my god, seriously. This is so Lord of the Rings inspired, it's not even funny.
Boo.
I expected it to just pop down in front of them.
I'm pretty sure it's what's going to happen.
I can't remember. Like I said,
that did not look like the silhouette of a woman looking for you.
People are supposed to be hiding.
The shadow was not the White Witch's shadow. You were not paying attention.
No, but it's like, this bugs me. It's like, we're supposed to be hiding. Let's talk loudly while we're hiding. How
else are you supposed to hear them as the audience?
You can make it at least look like there was... You can make it at least look like they're at least whispering or something, but no, it's like, we're hiding. Let's exposit loudly. Yeah, it is Santa.
Yeah.
Because why?
Why not?
Yeah, why the hell not?
Who's he in Harry Potter?
It's not Dumbledore.
Yeah. He's in Harry Potter.
I don't think he is.
Oh man, I know it's not, but when I heard your husband say it's like that would be so awesome if he were the same actor that played Dumbledore. I know he's not, but still.
He's not.
Yeah, I know he's not.
Oh, I said this. Who is he in Harry Potter?
Yeah, and his brain went to he'd be a great Dumbledore. That's how that happened.
Presents, yay!
Here's a sword for you and a shield for you. Wait, no, what? The juice of the firefly.
She gets like a dagger and a healing juice, I think. I know Peter gets a sword, and Susan gets a bow, I think. Is that Liam Neeson?
No. I'm trying to look. It's James Cosmo.
Ah.
I don't know who that is. Do you?
I've heard of him. I know I've heard of him. I can't think of anything.
And Highlander. But apparently,
yeah,
he's Scottish.
He's been in some stuff.
He was in Troy. Not that I remember who he was. Oh man.
He was the defensive general.
Sure. So she got a bow and a horn?
Yes.
Are they all getting two presents?
I forgot about the horn.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets a sword and shield. Okay.
He got two presents. I hope you know how to sword fight.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm a little bit surprised he can carry that so easily because.
Oh my God, Gabe! Do you know who this guy is? We just saw him. He's Luca and Jack Ryan. We were literally just watching that before coming over to this.
Oh wow. Well, I never watched Jack Ryan, so.
The show's only a month old.
Thank you. Very good. Apparently, this world has Christmas.
Yes. Oh, they did all get two things. Did she get she got like a belt or something?
Bell.
Yeah, well, like I said, Lucy got a little dagger Lucy got a little dagger and like a drink, like a magical healing juice potion.
I saw the healing juice. I was looking up who was playing Father Christmas and didn't quite pay attention to everything else.
Uh-oh.
This scene was added for the movie because they wanted to add more action to it. That's what I remember from the Disney behind-the-scenes commercials. It does pay sometimes.
Yeah, it does pay to be smart in this type of situation. Wolves on their tail. Gosh, that one I appreciate that they had the effects to add one wolf just flop over apparently, because one wolf was clearly on its side. Apparently, it slipped, which, to be fair, happens all the time. If you ever watch wolves, even when they're hunting, they will trip.
How is the waterfall frozen, but the rest of it's not? I feel like wouldn't the waterfall unfreeze first?
Yes.
Okay, again, I remember me and you have talked about this before. If you are ever in this situation, literally lay down, spread as much as your weight out as much of an area as possible to make it less likely that you'll break through the ice. Also, don't walk side by side.
The ice is already breaking. They're already this is a terrible idea.
Yeah. It'd probably be smarter to literally, try to climb
it's not
onto
like this is thick ice chunks like you would find in one of the poles, that took down the Titanic. This is thin ice that's breaking.
Yeah, why didn't you guys cross it up there where the wolves are crossing it? What?
Yeah, that definitely made more sense.
You guys were up there already. This makes no sense. What the fuck?
Again, this scene was added just to add suspense and action, so clearly
Peter,
not
you
that
have a
much
sword.
thought went into it.
Peter, sword, now. About time.
Mr. Beaver's dead. Does he know how to use a
You
sword?
guys are on a break. You are on a freeze. Oh, now the freaking dam breaks. Yeah, there we go.
It's not a dam, it's a waterfall that
Whatever.
I'm surprised was frozen this long to begin with.
Oh, come! This is not the smartest idea you could ever make.
It's a terrible idea. This whole scene was dumb.
You would think the wolf would just corner them on the icy flow, but no. Apparently, yeah. The beaver's all right, but yeah, the wolf's gonna die.
Are they using his sword as a handle to stay on top of the ice?
Yeah.
I don't think it worked well, did it? No, not at all. I didn't think it would.
Yeah, that does. Yeah, that doesn't work in reality, but apparently it does here.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. That's exactly how that works.
And by the way, it wouldn't matter.
That's gonna fit on the door.
What?
That iceberg is smaller than the door at the end of Titanic. Jack totally could have fit.
Well, to be fair, ice is also a little bit more. Oh wait, I take that back. My issue with the door in Titanic is not that the door is big enough; it's that is the door buoyant enough.
It was
I don't know.
That's the argument that they try to say, but
I mean, granted, what you could say then is, well, Rose is wearing a life preserver. Untie the life preserver, tied to the other side of the board. Boom, there you go. Then it would be.
your coat's useless right now. You all need to find some shelter, and you need to take the coats off. And
take those coats off now. Take the coats off now.
The coat's going to kill you. Don't put it back on her.
Well, take the coats off now.
Yeah, no, you're all dead. You're all dying of hypothermia right now.
Yeah, you will die. You will die in wet clothing faster than you would in nothing but your undies. Seriously,
so it's fine.
But even the springtime is for what? How are those flowers blooming while they're frozen?
It's Narnia.
Couldn't tell you.
Okay, fine.
Couldn't tell you.
Wow, they just left the coats behind. Okay, yeah, I guess they're fine now.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's going on? Your winter is ending.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna take this off. Oh, no, that was dumb. Here. We found a wolf, a fox.
Near the Shuddering Woods. I like that.
Why not?
I thought her dress was more white before. Or did it just look more white when it was a completely white backdrop with snow?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I think you're probably right, though. Because I doubt they made multiple outfits for her. Edmund is not that bright.
They're going to kill the fox anyway.
Yeah. Yep. You're an idiot, my friend. Thank you.
Wow.
Yep. Obviously didn't really slap him, but still.
Not yours, witch.
Again, they couldn't make that statue look a little bit better.
What do you expect from people? It's not a bad statue. They had a little too much fun with the fur detail, if you ask me. I think less detail would have made it look
That's what I mean. And here we have a camp of good guys because apparently they only live in camps.
No, this is the army that Aslan is raising. That's why they're in a camp. They've all traveled there to gather.
But you'd still have buildings.
Not if they're meeting in a random field and not like at a place that can hold this many people. They're rebels. They're gathering for the first time. They haven't set up a base yet. Their base is called the Stone Table, Jacob. The Stone Table.
And everybody's looking at them like they're
the humans.
Oh, they even have a congregation behind them. Lucy has a sense of humor, at least.
Lucy understands that.
And the beaver's like, yeah, we found this. We're awesome.
I don't see a table. I just see stone.
I don't either. I don't know what this is supposed to do. I don't think you need to draw your sword.
He's showing that they're not a threat. Or maybe he is threatening.
And put the sword down.
I don't know what he's trying to do. He's a kid. He doesn't know the ways of the sword.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Father Christmas just handed him a sword and said, here, the time is nigh. You'll need these. I don't know what to do with this.
Yeah. Here's a sword. Go fight evil. Yeah. There you go. Yes. And it is Liam Neeson voicing Aslan, because why the heck not?
Well, yeah, who did you want them to get? Morgan Freeman? Morgan Freeman would have been good, too.
That would have been a good choice, too. Hey, I would have taken Samuel L. Jackson, too.
Oh, my God.
Oh, come on. That would have been hilarious.
I'm a little surprised it's not James Earl Jones, but I guess he's done enough of voicing lions and father figures.
Who knew?
I'll give you one. That's a good one.
He was tricked by the witch. I don't know what you want to say.
Yeah. One, he's an idiot. Two, he was tricked, but it's not that hard because he's an idiot.
I don't think he meant to betray us.
Yeah.
Somebody offers me some chocolate cake, I might accidentally let a few things slip too.
I mean, never to break the law around you.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm sorry, just the way you said that is just like, here's some chocolate cake. Why don't you tell us all your secrets, what your social security number is, and everything?
No.
I know. Just the way you said it.
Be like, oh man, this chocolate cake is so good. It reminds me of the time James went and did something silly. Oh crap! I just told the wrong person. What do you want back?
This chocolate cake's so good. I'm just gonna sell Jacob out because I know all his damn secrets.
Yep.
To be fair, you don't know all of them, but still.
I don't want to know all of them.
I have a longer list than what I've told.
Oh, they suddenly have tunics and stuff. Where did they get clothes?
Yeah, why not?
Your clothes were too 1930s England. Here, have some more fitting of a fantasy medieval era.
Well, they had leather workers there at the camp. They could probably, suture stuff. Oh my god,
he is wearing dead animals and he's fighting.
We're just gonna ignore that part. It's magic leather. It's magic leather. It's magic leather. It's made of mud. We'll just.
Why are you looking at me? He's the one with the food.
What? Your dog?
My
Oh, your
dogs are both staring at
your
me.
dog. No, hold on. You were talking to your dogs, and I was like, who the hell are you talking to?
My husband is eating snacks, but my dogs are staring at me and whining.
Yeah. No, well, I just heard you say, what are you looking at me? And I'm like, what? I'm not looking at you. I was looking at the movie. And then I see you talking to your dog. So, like I said, I was just like, what? Oh. Before you got bored. Wow. Roof.
Yeah.
I like how the wolf was hiding right behind there just because it was good timing.
Wow, she got to that horn pretty quickly.
And Aslan apparently has other things to worry about because Peter takes off running, but Aslan's just like, whatever.
I like how they're just wearing, like, sandals.
Yeah.
Like, that looks like sandals I would have found at a Payless shoe store.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, watch out for the wolves. Thank you.
Where's your bow, Susan? You grabbed your horn, but not the bow. You could have been shooting them with arrows from that tree. And she's going to yell at Peter for not stabbing them, but she's not very useful herself either.
She could also even just grab her arrow and stick it into them like Legolas did.
I think I'm a boy. Oh, look at that. It's a good thing it's... Like, how dumb are you to lunge at somebody holding a sword?
Onto his sword.
That wolf impaled himself.
Yeah. That was a suicide, all right? We just watched assisted suicide. That wolf was like, I don't want to do this, but I'm done. I'm just gonna
How is that wolf not dead? He was stabbed with a sword.
No, it was the other wolf.
Oh yeah.
Aslan had one pinned, and then
the one is clearly dead with the sword still sticking out of him.
And and here we see that there's no blood on the sword, but I think he has a line here of
they're next to a river. He cleaned it already.
They have a line saying like clean your sword?
Yeah, he literally just
in
said
the
that.
Book, or is it the old-fashioned movie that I'm thinking of?
No, he literally just said clean your sword, and then they showed the shiny sword stabbing the earth.
Oh, okay.
They covered it. Don't worry.
Because we should mention this has been made into movies like 13 different times. But I do remember there's a scene in like the old one of clean your sword, and he has to bend down in the grass to clean his sword. Ah, nice. A Minotaur.
Wow, they just full on ran into that's ballsy. They didn't even like sneak in. They flat out like raided that camp.
Yep.
Under her nose.
Yes.
Yep. Why not?
He's awful.
They apparently don't have any sentry guards because they're stupid, I guess.
So she's a terrible witch if she can't even sense people coming.
Yeah. Like I said, apparently the sentries were asleep. Really? You guys are at war and only now you figured out?
He looks like he just woke up.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Edmund talking to Aslan, being forgiven of all his sins.
Well,
again, the allegory in this movie is not exactly subtle. He's busy.
He's being disciplined right now, Lucy.
Yeah. I will say.
Have you learned your lesson?
I
didn't know she was evil when I met her. I mean, you got to feel bad for him a little bit. he stumbles into a new world, and the first person he meets is nice to him, and he trusts her.
Yeah.
How is he supposed to know?
Yeah. It's not so much that he trusts her when he initially met her, it's that he kind of intentionally kept screwing them over even after knowing she was evil.
I mean, he didn't do that good of a job of it, though.
He's kind of a
Fair enough.
He is a terrible spy.
He's a bumbling idiot who's just trying to make do.
He did nothing really he barely did anything to convince them to stay in Narnia when they wanted to go back. And then he left to go see the witch without, like, even telling them they should go check out her castle. Like, he literally did nothing to sell them out until he tried to save the life of the fox. Like, yeah. I don't think he's all that bad. He's just an idiot.
I'm just kind of leaning towards he's like Manny Bothans. He's just a bumbling idiot who's just making his way through life.
Exactly.
I told you that story, haven't I? I told you that story, didn't I? Manny Bothans.
I don't think now is the time.
Okay, I'll tell you about it later, but. It's like, okay, here. Now do we go home now that we're quite literally in this war?
Now he's got to play I can't let you guys stay. I need to protect you.
Yeah.
Stop being the older brother.
Yeah. Well, I still don't know who's oldest, Peter or Susan. How did you get a cut on your lip?
Because he was smacked by the witch.
He wasn't bleeding.
I think it's just...
He was treated poorly.
After they left the castle, they weren't treating him all that nice anymore. They were keeping him chained up and stuff.
Fair enough.
I think they're just trying to imply he was tortured without showing it because, again, it's a kid's movie.
Yeah. I like it's like here. It's like, okay, I need some practice, so she's actually going to practice with the bow. Yeah, nice shot. Although we did see a couple arrows sticking in the ground a little bit there, so maybe she just... Oh, come on!
Edmund didn't get anything from Father Christmas.
Yeah. They probably just gave him a sword, but yeah. Thank you.
No one told me that before.
Well, my name, I love that dust. Like my name is Yeah, only Peter gets the unicorn. Yeah. Was that a cheetah I saw?
Yeah. This is ballsy of her to just walk into the camp.
Yeah, you didn't send a messenger to be like, hey, I want to have a meeting. You just walk into camp and
see, now her dress is definitely more white than the last one she was wearing.
Oh my god, they did get multiple dresses. Oh, there is a cheetah walking to the background. Why the fuck not? They went all out on that damn cheetah because he's now there too. God, he's everywhere. I like a bulldog too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose that unless I have blood of the Lord of Mine, all of Narnia will be overturned and perish in fire and water. That boy will die.
What kind of laws, what the heck?
I don't know who wrote these laws and thought this was a good idea.
Enough.
She already broke most of these laws anyway. I don't know why she's trying to you want to talk about being a traitor witch? You took over my kingdom while I was gone for a while. Let's start with
vacation, and then I come back and there's winter endlessly. Jesus crackers. Why are you pulling grass? I guess he's just frustrated and just needs to fiddle with something. Why not?
That was still like weird to be zoomed in on though, like to start a scene with.
Yeah.
Just pull a tuft of grass.
Oh, gorilla too. I'm just seeing all the animals.
Oh, I forgot. This is where we get like the Jesus moment, right? Aslan sacrifices himself to save Edmund.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said, the allegories are not subtle. I'm looking for a pig. I want to see a pig.
He has renounced the flame of the son of
Yeah, there's like, okay, yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, even he's, yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, we had
what promise? Nobody is questioning this promise she's referring to.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, what did you negotiate?
Yeah.
You clearly gave something up.
Yeah, and Susan or Lucy sees, but Lucy knows something's up, but
why does she have grass braided into her hair? That's such a weird, like, thing to do. The costume decisions in this movie are interesting.
A lot of the decisions they made in this movie are interesting. Apparently, Peter and Edmund are sleeping in another tent, I guess.
I'm surprised they're sleeping in their full clothes and not like at least just their shift or a nightgown or something.
Yeah, no doubt.
That looks really uncomfortable to sleep in.
They're magic clothes. They change.
Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
I don't know. I don't know what I expected.
They really should have used the folks.
It's a magical world of mystery. They clearly blew all their budget hiring Liam Neeson.
You probably did it for pretty cheap.
I don't know if Liam Neeson... I mean, like, yeah, this was after Star Wars.
Liam Neeson was a big actor before Star Wars.
Was he, though?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just...
I feel like Liam Neeson reached peak Liam Neeson with Taken.
Well, to be fair, yeah. I will find you, and I will kill you.
That's when he became an action star.
I know, but that's what I mean. I think that's when he reached.
Well, that's when he became big in like the United States, though.
When he's the ghost.
Yeah, he was. But
like, I feel like Liam Neeson is a big deal, but he's not like.
Well, he was in the old school Excalibur movie.
You say that like that was a big movie. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Big. Oh. Well, maybe it was just me then. And now I'm just. What was that one movie called too? Greg. I'm thinking.
Like, I like how he goes off to die, and nobody on his side knows he's dying.
Yeah, no one
on her side is present. Like, I feel like that. I mean, I know it's not a great morale booster for his side, but I feel like it's a huge morale booster for their side, and like just kills the morale for his side if they have to find out from the others, the bad guys that, oh, hey, he agreed to die and we killed him already. Like, wait, why weren't we told of this?
Yeah, you'd think they'd be like, over the course of negotiations, blah, 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 blah.
Like, I know I guess he doesn't want the good guys to know so that they don't try to stop it. But
yeah,
I don't know.
But don't worry, he comes back.
Oh, I know he comes back.
Like I said, the allegory is not exactly. Oh my gosh. I wanted to see a pig, and we saw a pig man. Let him be shaved. I forgot about that. Because apparently shaving a lion is shameful somehow, I guess. I don't know.
Have you ever seen a shaved cat? It is gross looking.
It is really weird looking, but
it's just
I don't think it's shameful.
It's like making him naked. It's a lion. You can't strip him of his clothing. So you're gonna strip him of his fur instead.
Fair enough.
All they did was shave his mane.
They didn't have him on the table?
They didn't even like do a good job of shaving him. They just like kind of crudely cut his mane off.
Oh, there's a dragon in the background too. Cheese and crackers. They went all out on everything except for the statues. Bird people. Yeah, there's the pig.
They're all bad guys. They clearly just look like they're not even like normal animals. It's just all like fairy tale. Well, I mean, I don't know. They're minotaurs and all the bad, animals from fairy tales and stuff, as you would expect, I guess.
Yeah, here it's like, I'm going to break the law because I'm an idiot. I'm going to tell you I'm not only that, I'm going to tell you it. Apparently she doesn't know that he can come back.
She doesn't understand the rules of Narnia.
She doesn't understand love.
By sacrificing himself for another.
Although isn't that a common theme among villains? Is like, I don't know what love
Harry
is.
Potter does the same thing.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I'm sorry, the stone arch behind her just makes me think they filmed this in Stonehenge.
I feel like they wouldn't let them actually film in Stonehenge.
I don't think it's possible to actually film at Stonehenge. I think it's like, because I don't know if it's like a religious site or what, but I don't think you could actually film there.
It's definitely like a historical significant site.
Yeah. Well, like a great example, like when you're filming like the pyramids, you can use a lot of footage. You can get a lot of footage of them, but you can't actually climb up them. Ow.
That was a weird death scene.
Yeah, that was a very...
I don't know what I just watched.
I don't either. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I kind of wish that Aslan was a saber-tooth tiger. Anyway, sorry.
When did were her eyes black like that the whole time?
I don't believe so. I think that might just be the lighting that they're in. Yeah. I don't know if it's the lighting or what, but yeah, her eyes are exceptionally black now.
The army is obviously going to go march on their unsuspecting army, but let's go check on the dead lion.
Yeah. Well, except the army is ready because we see
they're all sleeping right now. They're not like, you've got to go warn them and wake them up and make them prepared.
But later on in the movie, we see that they're already prepared when the army shows up because apparently they're faster, I guess. I don't know.
Shut up.
And here it's like, I have a healing juice. Maybe that'll do it. Can't blame her for trying.
No. You can't heal the dead, unfortunately.
Yep.
That's hilarious.
And apparently, he just wakes up in like 30 seconds here, if I remember. I don't know.
No, I don't think he.
It's when the sun hits.
Oh. The mice.
They're eating away the rope.
They're helping. They're helping.
I thought he disappeared and just comes back later.
All I know is the stone table that they're on breaks.
Yeah, he breaks the stone table.
I
Very much like the earthquake.
I clearly have not read the books in a while, and we're seeing this movie.
I don't think I've ever actually read the books, and it's been God knows how long since I've seen this movie.
You already wasted
Only
enough
now
time.
are you saying there's no time?
God, I just said this 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, you better screenwriting than these crappy movies do.
Okay, that makes sense. They're gonna use the trees to pass. They're gonna play telegraph. The trees are the internet.
Oh, why the hell not? You know what? Why not? We're in the mystical land
The
of
World
mystery.
Wide
Web.
Web.
Have the trees be internet.
It's a web of trees.
Do they have Bluetooth on there too? Can we hook up some music?
No. Maybe. If you teach the trees how to sing your favorite songs, does that count?
Why the hell not?
If you have the whole forest singing your favorite song, it would kind of have the same.
How did the flowers get in your tent?
Because they blew in on the wind. The tent isn't exactly air sealed tight.
It's a poorly built tent then.
Or whoever wrote this doesn't understand how tents work. I don't know, pick one.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the latter. Because you make tents to protect yourself from the wind. That's
yeah, I get
what
that.
They're for.
Yeah.
Just to anybody who doesn't know that, tents are for to protect yourself from the wind and the elements and everything. So if you're in a tent and the wind can just gently blow in, you got a problem. Yeah, you're the king now because, oh great, I'm just a kid and you expect me to come out with plans.
He's like, I don't even have my driver's license.
Yeah. What's with the shot up over the map?
To show how far they're
Griffin.
going to meet her army.
Yeah.
Wait, how did the sisters get there so fast in one night with Aslan? That looked like a
The
great
sisters aren't there yet. The sisters are still with Aslan, I think. Yeah, that armor's a little.
Look at all that.
Okay, granted, I will say that isn't how armor actually is supposed to look, but it doesn't really sell for movies.
Dude, we got griffins on our side.
Yep. We got an Air Force.
They have dragons. They also have an Air Force.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, okay, they have numbers far greater than our own. Maybe you should back up into the mountains that you're currently standing at and take up a defensive position.
They clearly don't do strategy. Like, I don't.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say, thankfully, they have the archers up on top of the cliff for great, so that way they can, reach farther. But like I said, actually pull your soldiers back a little bit into the mountainous area.
You gotta
so
take the high ground.
Take the high ground is what I'm saying.
Learn from Obi-Wan.
Well, what's sad is these guys should have understood the Battle of Thermopylae pretty well. There are plenty of areas that you can bottleneck these in.
Polar bears!
Yeah, they haven't done crap.
No, they're fighting on a plane, which is dumb as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Take the hydra, and also, because here's the thing, you guys were here first. Maybe you could have actually built like a trench or something. Dig some tunnels out there, so that way when they take off, they trip and shit.
They didn't do any battle strategies.
They decided we're just gonna stand here. Yeah, thank you. We didn't need that. You just need to say, don't take prisoners, go.
That's a really hard costume.
Now I wonder, will that powerful if she can't, just have Winter with her everywhere she goes.
Yeah.
Like she can't overtake Aslan's spring. She has such light hair.
Yeah. Again, they just need to back up a little bit further and they'd be in a really defensible position, but no, they're just gonna stand in the field. You might want to, put your helmet face shield down because you're going into battle. Incoming!
How did they have really good eyesight? Forget it.
Yep.
How did they see his symbol?
Who knows? Magic, I guess. I don't know.
They have magic eyesight.
What the hell? Did they just literally... They had to put... Ouch.
Oh, man. They're like...
Apparently, they're not going to try to use their arrows. Oh, no, they are. Those bows, there's no way those bows could get anywhere near... They could not get their arrows near high enough in order to do anything. Those bows.
Some of those birds are not staying all that high.
Yeah, to be fair, but still.
For Narnia!
Why not? Charge.
You should.
Now I wonder, do they have flanking maneuver?
They have nothing.
Yeah, they're just going to charge headfirst into open battle because by the flip
Despite the fact that these kids...
Pigs! That's not warthogs!
You saw warthogs.
I'm happy now.
With old school...
I'm pretty sure they have a flanking position somewhere.
Dude,
why is Edmund up on the hill with the archers when he has a sword? I'm confused.
Because somebody needs to lead the archers. Why isn't Susan with them?
She is. Oh,
she's with Aslan. Because she's still
mourning the loss of Aslan. They're the 4 kings and queens of Narnia, the girls still can't fight.
Tigers! Yeah, cheetahs are actually going to stand no chance against tigers. Cheetahs are... Yeah, they get bullied by every damn thing, and tigers are the strongest big cat there is.
Lions and tigers and bears, oh my.
Dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria. Ouch. That would hurt.
Those spears.
This guy, 2 swords, why the heck not? Even though it's better to wear a shield than a sword, but still.
Well, gives a minute to
actually use your shield. Yeah, and apparently they just spent all night here.
Still with Aslan. Wow, girls. Wow.
Yeah, they just
your brothers are fighting for their lives, and you're just weeping with the dead
taking body. A nap. They were clearly taking a nap. Lucy was clearly asleep.
Somebody had to be around when he woke up.
Apparently, he was super comfortable too. What the hell was that?
A vacuum cleaner.
Oh. And they walk away, and then the table breaks, I think it is. One last look. Yep, there it is. It's an earthquake.
Shocking. Didn't the same thing happen in Rome? Sorry.
Oh, look. He's disappeared.
Oh, yeah, you're all right. The table breaks, and he's just gone. Now, does he step out from under the arch?
I'm pretty sure. I thought he didn't show back up till after the battle.
No, he shows up during the battle.
Okay. Like,
because you remember how there's that one scene that I mentioned where we start right in the sunlight, because why the not?
So he can have a sun halo, obviously.
Yeah.
Who wrote these laws?
Yeah. Apparently the witch just doesn't read the law at all, apparently, because she would know this.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
What was the law?
When a innocent person volunteers
when an innocent person volunteers to die, something happens.
The stone table will crack and death will undo itself.
There you go.
Yeah. Why not?
That's the ancient deep magic.
Here, why didn't you do this part here? We're gonna shoot a mystical fire arrow of Phoenix thing.
What?
Why did you
what
open
just
up with
happened? Did that literally come from her arrow? You
yeah.
done this before?
Arrow, yeah. Again, why didn't you do this sooner? Why is a beaver standing there?
Why is that so good? Yeah, that makes zero sense. Yeah, I don't know why you thought that would stop.
The firewall did nothing. That was nothing.
Like, the forces have already clashed. What was the point of drawing the
Yeah, finally. Fall back, draw them to the rocks. Thank you, moron. We're going to go free all the frozen people.
Yes.
Because apparently she didn't leave a guard on her castle.
Why would she? She thought everybody would be at this battle.
Yeah, fair enough. You guys weren't even in there? What the fuck? They weren't even in range of their archers for the majority of the battle? That's just stupid. Ow.
Oh no, the unicorn.
Edmund's got to get down there. Rhino. I think the rhino's a good horse. Take that. Run, you moron.
Yeah, I don't know what the point of. Okay.
I don't know what the strategy here is.
Wait, how did the rhino just like fall over?
Just pass through Rambo. I guess I don't know.
Is he going for the queen?
He does kill the Minotaur general guy at least, but
now he has no more swords because that guy's a porky.
Well, no, he still got one.
Oh, he had another sword on his.
Where? Don't ask me because he clearly wasn't carrying it earlier. But hey,
it was sheathed on his flanks. This is a terrible idea.
Yeah,
she has the high ground.
You're
lucky she didn't cut off all your limbs. Oh no, never mind.
You got turned stone. Although good cutaway. Do they find Mr. Tumnus or whatever his name is? Yep. You would think that when the stone cable cracked, it would be automatic that they come back, but only apparently Aslan can breathe them back into life, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Aslan, what are you doing? You're supposed to, you're kind of in a hurry here. Maybe
he's got to breathe on them all one by one.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Yeah, but he wasn't breathing on any of the other ones before this one.
You think we would have started at the front with the first one?
Yeah, and worked our way in. It's like, okay, we're in a hurry here. Maybe we should actually, hurry the up.
Nah, it's fine. He's got all the time in the world.
Excuse me, I'm gonna fall over now. I don't think Lucy would be strong enough to catch him like that, but hey.
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure it would have been, oh, I'm gonna catch you, plap! Yeah, apparently he went. Apparently everybody else is unfrozen now.
Yeah, he breathes on everyone real fast then.
Yeah, or maybe it was just that one that all needed to do. Yeah. And here, movie shorthand: how to show that the bad guys are losing. Show three good guys getting their asses kicked. This would suck. Ow.
Ow.
What about you,
We're gonna say why.
Where are your archers? They're apparently being useless.
Yeah, how are they supposed to?
This battle plan makes no sense at all. I am so lost as to what the hell is going on. Edmund has a plan.
It's
not a good plan.
Terrible plan. Oh, her scepter. Yeah. Well, yeah. You didn't think of that earlier? Jesus, boy.
Like I said, it's the that's not a plan. This is the dumbest idea ever. And I don't know how that works. I don't. Ow. He's wearing chainmail.
Edmund died.
Well, wait a minute. He's clearly wearing some plate armor, which is where you would have plate armor. You don't just have it on your shoulders and your freaking head. I don't know. I'm lost.
Wouldn't the chainmail kind of protect him too? Or what is chainmail supposed to do?
Chainmail kinda would, but chainmail's not really good at penetrating stuff. Chainmail's really good at a slash, but not really good at a stab.
That's fair.
But like I said, they clearly have, they have shoulder pauldrons, so you think they'd have something to cover their chest.
No, literally just wearing pauldrons.
Oh, and here we go. This dumbass.
What was that?
The head.
You wouldn't duck. You're just gonna do a full-on back bend.
Yeah.
No,
it makes no sense.
Run, Aslan, run! Edmund's dying. He needs a healing potion.
Yeah, you don't know magic. Here we go to save the day.
Look at all these people she had frozen in her.
I was gonna get down the cliff that they're clearly standing on. Well, I found a way, I guess. I have reinforcements.
I've just doubled the size of my army.
And Mr. Tumnus there doesn't have a weapon. He's just gonna push people over.
Yeah, he's just gonna body blow people, body slam them.
Ow.
Man, that was his. Oh, I thought she got his arm.
Yeah, apparently she missed. Incoming. Boom.
Stand down, White Witch.
I don't know.
She's got green eyes. What is up with the color of her eyes constantly changing?
Yeah, I don't know.
What is going on now?
Don't ask me this part. This makes no sense at all. Everything's apparently happening in blur, except for these two.
Wait, where's the witch? Is the witch dead? Where's her body at?
Hold on. This is probably where this... I think this is where the... Okay. Yes, that... Okay. In the original, when the movie originally came out, when he says it's finished, he also says something like, "I killed the White Witch, cut her head off. I did." But here's the thing: he says that after the camera pans away from him. It is literally the worst cut thing I have ever seen ever. And that's why they fixed it. But I do remember the first time I watched this. they have that scene of like, it is finished. I killed the White Witch. I bit her head off. I did, or something like that. I don't remember the exact line, but I remember very clearly he says that after the camera had cut away from him. It's like, you guys seriously just did that?
I'm still upset that Susan did all that practice with her bow, and all she did was kill one guy.
One guy.
Entire battle.
Don't worry, MVP there.
Badass, but no, she's just gonna kill one guy after they've already lost. Like the bad guys have lost anyway.
Well, to be fair, didn't Santa say that it's not good when women take part in combat? I don't know. Yeah, Emmett's alive. And not so much of a punk anymore. I'm still just like, how are you not wearing plate armor? But hey, whatever.
No one even knows that he was actually dead.
Yeah. And they're the general guy. Gets to be free from stone.
Oh, I guess they did have the trees tell them that he was dead and that the witch's army was coming.
Yeah. And now she's got to go save everybody who's dying.
Well, at least she's doing something. Susan was literally useless. She practiced with her bow and killed
one guy, man. That one dwarf was going to be the MVP. He was going to carry the entire battle.
That dwarf wasn't even about to kill anyone. He just popped up and was like, "Arr!"
I know, but still.
It didn't look like it. It was not very, like, filmed properly to show that Edmund was in dire, like in danger of being killed by the dwarf. Maybe it didn't. I just blinked and missed it.
And now they're wearing all nice silky costumes.
It's velvet. It's not silk.
Whatever. Like I said, I don't know fashion. But yeah, they got chairs. I forget how the government system worked, but apparently he actually has like a system of how they rule.
The government system is if you're human, you rule Narnia. That's literally it.
No, but like Peter is like the High King. Edmund is also a king, though, but apparently not the High King. So like I said, I don't know. I don't remember how it works. She gets a nice little tiara crown thing, or
a circlet,
whatever.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you are. I had to make sure you're wearing your movie crown. Yeah, you have forgotten it a few days. Queen Susan the Gentle.
Okay.
Whoa, hold on. We get a thing for Susan. We get a thing for Lucy, Susan, and Peter, but not Edmund.
No, Edmund had one. He was Edmund the Just or some crap.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, I actually missed what Lucy was.
You didn't say that
hear either.
Oh, Lucy didn't have one? Lucy didn't have a name. Oh my god, that tiger still has the glasses and mustache he drew on the stone. That's awful. That's terrible
Why
magic. How has no one told that poor lion or puma that he needs to go wash his face?
Yeah. And now Aslan's going to go on vacation again for a couple decades.
Now that I have humans back, I can go on vacation and know that my realm's not going to turn to a frozen wasteland like it did last time.
Yeah.
That's why I can't leave witches in charge.
Does this imply that he left the witch in charge and then she just went with rogue?
Yes!
Oh, no. Oh no, it's really weird to see Liam Neeson walking on a sandy beach because I don't think Anakin would like that much.
He wasn't Anakin. Liam Neeson walked all over Tatooine.
Yeah, but Anakin's a little boy who follows him around all over the place.
So,
I made a stupid pun.
It was terrible.
Yeah, I know. I never said all my puns were good. And he just vanished. now we get to watch the sunset, and now it's like decades
They've
later.
been in Narnia their whole lives. Look, they're adults now.
They're chasing the white stag, I guess.
Because why not?
What if they're kings and queens? You'd think they'd have something to do, or be like, hey, maybe.
No, they have absolutely nothing to do. That's why they're chasing a stag.
Are you still riding Philip?
Yeah.
And he's still riding Philip. Philip, good horse. I didn't hear what Philip said though.
He's not as young as he once was. Oh my god, it's a lamppost.
And apparently they remember it, or apparently don't remember it, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, they've been in Narnia for a very long time at this point. They're adults.
Yeah. And yeah. Now I'm actually curious, how does this portal system work? Because it's not like there's a definitive doorway. It's just kind of like they walk one way specifically, and then it happens, I guess.
That's exactly what it is.
And they fall out as kids again. Ouch. And they're not wearing their crowns and stuff that they just had.
Nope.
And just in time, who opens the door? There you are. Apparently they were missing for a while. I do remember they had a problem of that. I remember watching the bloopers. The first time they did that, he actually hit the Edmund actor on the head.
Oh man, Edmund should learn how to catch then.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Edmund's not looking when he throws the ball, so it was just like boom. So
it's still a cute movie, but
it is a cute movie, but yeah.
We have so few named characters. Look at this. Holy cow.
I feel like I don't know where they went wrong with these movies per se. I feel like maybe they should have made them more childish.
Yeah, because they did. Yeah, I think you're probably right there.
Because I feel like they try to make it too adult. Like, I don't think small kids would think this movie's the greatest, but it's not like grand enough to really compete with the Lord of the Rings. Like, I don't know. The kids, the books are well loved by children. I mean, let's face it.
Because this movie is a little too childish to be for teenagers, but a little too serious to be for kids almost. So it's a hard sell. So I think you're right. I think they probably should have gone more for just the kid audience. Just make it a little bit more I don't want to say cartoonish, but you know what I mean.
Like, I don't know. I just feel like they missed a mark somewhere with it. Because, like,
yeah,
the war sequence at the end, they went a little too heavy on, which I think makes it less of a kids movie. I don't know.
But yeah, no, like you said, they were aiming for something, but they clearly missed it.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think you have to either go more towards the childhood magic aspect and kind of neglect the more serious stuff, or the other way where you make it more of like something accessible to teenagers. Because like you said, yeah, it's hovering in that line, and it doesn't really appeal either.
Like I said, the Aslan death scene was a little weird. I know they added that whole like waterfall like river scene just to add more action. I don't think it was necessary. I don't think the book needed more action, but I think that's what they were trying to do, was have it appeal to a wider audience. Maybe they thought the books were too childish, and that's how they thought they would get a wider audience. But
yeah.
I think it just kind of ended up falling somewhere in the middle, and that's why it's just meh.
Yeah.
I mean, it did enough. They made the second movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it made back its budget, but I don't remember. I don't think it was ever like a groundbreaking success like Harry Potter.
Like I said, it was enough of a success that Disney funded the second movie, but the second movie didn't. I mean, Disney didn't fund the third one, so
yeah. No, but yeah, I think you're right. It's like I think they should have made this more childish, because like Harry Potter, for the first Harry Potter movie it's a very kids movie. It's very kids. I mean, the book is a very kids book.
Yeah.
And I mean, but here's the thing: as you read the books, the other books, like the later books, are very clearly written for teenagers, which is brilliant.
Yeah.
And by the way, I should clarify, I haven't actually read the books. I did listen to the audiobooks though, and I do love the audiobooks.
I mean, that's the same.
Yeah. But still, I remember telling you that. That's right. Anyway, but yeah, I feel like it's like they tried to cover that line of like, oh, we're gonna make a kids movie, we're gonna also have it accessible to teenagers and adults, and it just doesn't work. So yeah. That was Lion Whips with Wardrobe, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We should be back next week, but I will not be able to do anything in February, so be warned on that. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Good night. Are you gonna wave bye? There you go.
I am waving.